Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for April the 26th, 2023. April the 26th. Well, let's see what we have going on in GH land. You know what? Today was absolutely a filler episode, 100% positively, but I had to highlight this picture. When they showed that beauty, I was like, I haven't seen her in 8 months. Willow looked phenomenally fantastic. I mean, wow, what some makeup could do for you. Not that she is just naturally a beautiful person, and I think because of the personality she's playing, the character is beautiful inside and out. So even sick with no makeup on, she's still a beautiful woman. However, they were really doing the makeup to make her look weaker, eyes more sunken in, so they were really having her on death's door looking, right? But to see her like that, I was like, go ahead, Willow. You go knock Michael's socks off. So anyway, then so everybody is there. Maxie had Brooklyn and Sasha come do some makeup with Deception Products because the professional makeup artist they hired, I guess, was out of the city or state, and the plane couldn't take off due to weather, so he couldn't come. But they didn't need him. Please, she looked gorgeous, 100% gorgeous. So it's the fussing over her. We have the guys at the main house. Sonny is up there, and Michael's being cool to him, but not disrespectful. And Dante is there to really make sure we have a peaceful coexistence here. I love Dante's character. I really, really do. And so Sonny he's keeping it cool and laid back. He brought little Donna Avery in her flower girl, pretty dress, right? So they're talking. And then we have Avery, no, Donna, because Avery is actually on her way down, but Donna was there. They got a cutest little Donna. She kind of reminds me of Sunny, like she could be a relative of his, prettiest little face. Both of the girls are pretty, but even little Avery, I was like, wow, go ahead. I mean, little Donna. I said, go ahead, little Donna. Wow, they got that dark hair. You know, well, Michael was a blonde. Morgan had dark hair like his dad. So you know what? Sonny's kids have dark hair, which is 100% true, right? That's 100% true. From Morgan to Christina to Donna and Avery, they all have dark hair. So yes, all of his children are dark haired. Wow. A little trivia there. So anyway, the women, because Bobby is there, they're welcoming Willow to the family. And so all the cute little generations of babies are there. We have Bobby, her granddaughter and great granddaughter, her granddaughters and great granddaughter, right there in the picture. I just wish that because Brooklyn was taking Avery down to the gatehouse, I wish Avery had been there because that would have been really cute for Avery to be in that picture because Carly considers her like a daughter. But I guess when you're talking real, no, Avery's a part of that. She really is. So, Carly is gonna walk Willow down the aisle. I thought she would have got a prettier dress, but I guess we're going for this quick spur of the moment next day uh uplift, well, Carly's is kind of dark though. Okay. Huh. Well, Jocelyn has a nice springy thing like the girls. So, but I guess Carly walking her down the aisle being matron of honor because Michael's is dark is a navy blue suit. So whatever, who cares? So who cares? But that was kind of cute. They got this picture, and I had to make sure I got a snip shot of that. We have Holly, Anna, and Robert are figuring out what could be Victor's end game. First, they thought he was gonna do a bomb, but then they were trying to figure out what's the Obrecht connection, right? What is the Obrecht that he needs her specifically for something? Because they ruled out she would willingly, because they said she never would have done that to her grandchildren. Just leave them hanging on stage like that, and she wouldn't have at all. So they then finally came up with it's a pathogen, just through talking things out and X, Y, and Z, and Obrecht would be perfect. He would need her as the chemist she is, you know. So anyway, we did have scenes. I didn't get any pictures of that because it was too dark really in that bunker. Of they get the cold storage open. Now, mind you, there was a power outage and they had to restore power to the compound, and they had gotten it up, and that's when they were outside the door of the lab, and Victor's like, oh, touching it, oh, it feels so good to be back here. Creepy. They really made him Dr. Jekyll creepy. And they had to pry open the freezer. And in my mind, I'm thinking, we just went through, we had to restore power to this compound to get in. How did that freezer stay on with electricity? Where did it draw it from? I don't get that little detail, right? How did the freezer stay on? You know, what was the power source for since the 80s? 30 years? What was the power source for 30 years? I don't know, but I guess we're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to question it. So they bring in Spencer, and Obrecht is like, oh my God, I cannot work in conditions like this. It's got cobwebs and all kind of stuff, you know. And Victor's like, you make do, you know. And they bring out the little vial. They finally get the freezer pried open. It's a case, and it has the pathogen in it. And Victor's getting ready to open, and Over's like, don't you do that. Whoa, it's going to contaminate me. You know, everybody. And he's like, for one thing, it would not be loose in here. You know, he's like, it is contained. So Spencer, and they have Spencer and Trina in there, and they're kind of holding each other. And Liesel's like, you know, she took a look at some of the pathogen under a microscope. And I guess it's not active, because that's what Victor said. It's not activated yet. It needs UV light to be activated. That's why we have it in this bunker so far underground, so that there is no UV light, you know, no sunlight that can get to it. So Obrecht looked at it under the microscope, and she goes, oh, sorry to say, Victor, the pathogen is not viable. And he looked at her and goes, oh, really? Oh, well, okay, you know what? I'm going to send you upside with this vial, and we shall see if it's active or not. And he looks at the guards, and Lisa goes, fine, it's viable. He goes, oh, a change in assessment. I thought so. Now, you just make sure that it is steady and that you can develop the vaccine for it, the antitoxin for it, right? And so that's what she's got to get to work on. And she goes, yeah, but I'm going to need to be able to test it, you know? And he goes, you got 2 test subjects right there. He's like, you got 2 test subjects right there. And Obrecht just looks at them, well, whatever, right? And so Trina and Spencer are like, oh no, we hope that she has a plan. Because Spencer goes, look, she's keeping us alive. So while she's keeping us alive, I've got to figure out how to get us out of this. So they, you know, they don't know if, oh, well, for the one fact, they can see she's not willingly working for Victor. And she did try to tell him the pathogen was not viable. So they kind of can figure she is on their side. she's on the side of humanity, right? So we're gonna see, because there's gonna have to be the great escape, and we'll see. May's coming next week. May is next week. The good stuff should be coming. So then we have Nina and Ava are talking, because Ava told Sunny, I'll stay here with her, right? And Nina initially wanted to spot this bracelet, this really nice silver bracelet that she wanted them to give to Willow on her wedding day. And Ava's like, ooh, stepping over boundaries, are you? And she's like, what? She goes, Willow said, no context, no, give her space. This isn't space. She goes, but I want to be able to give see, now she's back to my daughter. See, for a while there, Nina was saying Willow. Now everything's my daughter, my daughter. And so, but Ava convinced her, hang on to it until Willow's more open. She goes, don't start showering her with gifts. She's going to start thinking you're trying to buy her affection. So she didn't give Sunny the box. She didn't let Sunny know she had it. So they're drinking, and Ava's like, I know it's hard for you. I know it's hard for you not being there. That's why I'm here. I'm here to talk it out. We're just going to spend the time together. And then, of course, all it did was take 2 minutes. She goes, yeah, but Carly is able to be there. And Carly's just in the lap of luxury. I know she's the one still calling the shots. She's never even heard Carly call any shots ever. She hasn't, ever. The absolute only time that I can remember that Carly raised a question to Michael and Willow in front of Nina. This was when Nina they were going to allow Nina, this is way back when, to spend some time with Wiley. It's before the whole Sunny thing and everything. And Carly says, are you sure that's wise? Because Nina is a little, and Michael looked at Carly and said, Mom, this is me and Willow's decision. And Carly shut up, right? And Nina's just looking at her. So Carly just turns her head. But what did Nina do? They let her spend time with him alone. They walked out the room. She looks down and said, you want to know how we're related? We're talking about to a 3-year-old. 3-year-olds don't know the word related, right? You want to know how we're related? My daughter's name was Nell. She was your real mother. She told that to a 3-year-old. The first time they let her alone with the boy, that's what she does. And so they come back in, Michael and Willow, after Wiley, they gave her some time with him. And Willow says, it's time for me to take him up for his nap. Right? So she takes Wiley up. Like not even 5 minutes later, Willow comes back looking stunned and hurt. And Michael says, what's wrong, Willow? Wiley just told me upstairs that I'm not his real mother. And they looked, said Nell was his real mother. And they both looked at Nina. And Nina had the nerve to say, I thought he should know. You two want to erase the fact that Nell exists. I thought my grandson should know. And that's when they're like, oh, no. Okay, for one, you got to go. And for 2, ain't no more unsupervised visits for you because you don't get to decide that, chick. Nina, that's Nina, right? So Nina goes all in. Carly never faces any of her consequences for whatever she does. And Ava's like, yeah, you got that right. Oh, but I'm making her pay. Carly's about to answer for everything. And so Ava looks, and look at Nina's face. I mean, this actress, I'm telling you, can make the craziest, the most unbalanced, psychotic looking faces with her eyes. It's the right. And Ava goes, Nina, what did you do? Right? And they end it there. It's like, what did you do? So Nina will probably tell her tomorrow because, tomorrow's Thursday and we got to have a whole nother filler day. The real wedding won't start till Friday. And let's see if we even get to the I do's on Friday. They are just dragging this out relentlessly, everybody. Oh my goodness, relentlessly just dragging this whole thing out. So that's all that happened today. Nothing. That's why I had to go back into some history because nothing happened today, right? So anyway, let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. I'm gonna breeze through these comments. I think we got 34 of them. Dacia says, if Jax was back, he would help Carly out of this trouble. Jackson, Sonny, and Michael and Willow won't feel the same about Nina. She'll be blamed for it, and Willow will never forgive her. Willow won't have nothing else to do with her. Nina will have a nervous breakdown. Well, initially, they're not going to know Nina did it. Initially. Sonny might figure it out because Nina did tell Sonny when he said, why are you talking to your attorney? She said that Martin has been that who was very, very busy. So Martin is handling stuff for her. I forget who she said, but anyway, she said Martin Gray was doing some little stuff for her. And it's going to be Martin that files or which is interesting. Somebody made a great, and we'll get to that comment corner. Nina's doing this anonymously. How is Martin representing anybody that if it's an anonymous client? I don't get that. I don't understand that. And then Oh Dear says, I don't remember if Jason's dramatic return when he came through the roof, through the ceiling, really, it was through that, bam! It was a light. The ceiling was like a sky dome, right? And he came crashing down, and I forget who he saved. Did he save Sam or did he save Carly? I forget who he swept up out the ground. That was such a dramatic, great scene. She says she doesn't know if that was through May sweeps. It may have been May sweeps. They always keep surprises under lock for dramatics. And then Carolyn says, I hope it won't take ages to find out she initiated the arrest of Carly for the insider trading. Vindictive and coward won't hide her malicious ways. Malicious and cowards who want to hide her malicious ways, yes. J. Joe says, Nina is so hurt she snapped. I love Tracy, the Tracy Carly exchange, haha. Why are you here? Love Tracy. Drew's room, LOL. I know that was kind of funny. Cindy says, a mansion that size must have 10 guest rooms. I shouldn't think Tracy would have to bunk with Brooklyn. She doesn't. I don't know why they're saying. I think she just said, because initially they said, Brooklyn said, come on, Granny, let me take you up to one of the guest rooms. And Tracy said, one of the guest rooms? I got my own room. Oh, and then they're like, well, that's Drew's room. And then she goes, oh, just come on, you bunk with me. They do have other rooms. And Tracy would never bunk with Brooklyn. Brooklyn gets on her nerves, right? And then DB says, looks like Brooklyn has some kind of side house with glass ceilings, so that it must be nice. BK. Looks like BK. Who was BK? It says kind of side out. I don't know that part. Charletta says, I think Tracy's going to be the one to bring back Silas Clay for and then she says for Willow. Well, no. How you gonna bring back a dead man? Silas Clay was killed years ago, back when Nina first came back, by Madeline. She stabbed him to death. So he's dead, and you can't bring back and use nothing from his dead body from the grave. And then Deborah says, wow, Nina's face said it all. I know, scary, right? She is so filled with hate for Carly, she can't see straight. That will be her undoing. Yes, it will. Drew is trying to save her Aunt Liesl to help her daughter. And she is trying, she's turning him in because he's dating Carly. See, that is Nina. 100%. She's going to drive everyone that cares for her away, especially Sonny. Sonny will be one of the first to go once he finds out. He told her to let it go. Her feud, let go of her feud with Carly. It doesn't help anyone. He walked out of the room, and what did she do? She made a call. Wham, that face. Well, that face then and that face when she's talking to Ava. But that face she makes all the time, because she's unstable. Nina is unstable. The only one that'll still be her friend is Ava. Ava will still be her friend. She can look, I had nothing to do with it, but she'll still be Nina's friend. Maybe well, look, Drew and Curtis are best friends. I don't even know if Curtis is going to stand by Nina. We'll see, huh? And then Alicia says, I'm surprised Martin is snitching to the SEC, or is it SCC, or is it FCC, whichever one of them CCs, everybody, for Nina, just based on what she said as an attorney. I wouldn't do it. This isn't a legitimate legal issue for his client. I know. Can't wait for this to blow up in her face. And of course, it will be Carly's fault. Yep, it'll all be Carly's fault. And then Michael says, I like the Tracy scenes. Robert did Diane wrong. Holly isn't going to stay with him. She never does. He needs to let her go. Nina's going to end up the town pariah again. If only she could have forgiven or if she could be forgiven like other characters. Well, she's not going to be, because look at what she acts like continuously. You're right. This wedding won't happen until Friday or maybe even Monday. Great recap. Annette says, everything Tracy is for me, sick of Holly. And then we have Lucy says, I laughed when Diane Miller asked Holly who was her plastic surgeon and walked out. I like Diane with a younger man. Robert is 76 and Diane is only 60. Obviously, Holly still loves Robert. She can have him. Diane and Max, yeah, I like Diane and Max. Sonny's guard were a cute couple. Brooklyn says, it's about time they're giving Drew something useful to do by rescuing the hostages. Gotta get a little cough drop here, y'all. Brooklyn says, it would be awesome if Nicholas showed up before May sweeps to end Victor. Well, then we wouldn't have May Sweets if that happened. So we got to have that, the demise of Victor and May. And then Teresa says, I enjoyed all 60 years. Keep it going, General Hospital or GH. Richard says, another great recap, another great review, daily recap lady. I'm so disappointed in Nina instructing Martin to notify the SEC. I wish the writers would have let her take the high road. And then DB says, please give her some dignity. Carrie says, glad Tracy wants to find someone to help Willow. Angry Diane with Holly and Robert's trickery. Nina trying to be a different person around Sonny, and when he isn't around, she's crazy and in head witch Nina because she's not getting what she wants, and she's got to take revenge on the people her daughter trusts more than her. I'm with you on Anna forgiving Holly because she knows how it feels to have a child taken. Each one thinking one mother to another. Is that what that was? They were bonding as one mother to another? I don't know. Look, Ethan ran right back into danger, right back into the arms of whatever danger he wants. That's how he lives his life. Let's see, mother to another. When Michael finds out Nina does she does with the FCC, I feel they will kick her out of Crimson and maybe give it to Maxie. Well, which is true. Well, Michael only runs Aurora, that part, the half of Aurora. He's running. Actually, you know what? Who has Jax's part of Aurora? Because when Sam brought Michael in, it was to handle Drew's half of Aurora to keep the legacy for their daughter Scout. Jax was still there. Then when Jax left, and now Drew is back, is Drew running his half? And now Michael Jax's half, because it's Jax's half that is over Crimson. So I don't know how they're doing it. Maybe now that Drew's back, he has his part and Michael's running Jax's half. Could be, they don't mention the name of Jax at all on that soap. And then Kim says, I hear so many rumors on YouTube and the spoilers. I just don't know what to believe anymore and what's true on those rumors from General Hospital. So far, you're my favorite daily recap person. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job. I hope you get up to 2,000 really soon. I hope I get to 2,000 subscribers too, Kim. Thank you so much. Stephanie says, no worries. When she sends Carly to jail for insider trading, she will have to answer to Sonny. And then Stephanie says, you won't score any brownie points with Willow or Michael for that matter. None at all. Kim says, hi there, how are you doing? They keep prolonging most of the stories. I wish they would hurry up and rescue the hostages and get rid of Victor already. And I wish that Nina could be at her daughter's wedding. Carly deserves to be arrested. Does she really? I don't know about that. Because she is so selfish and spoiled. Well, she was. What Nina's trying to get arrested for had nothing to do with her being selfish and spoiled. And how is she selfish and spoiled where the Willow bullying was concerned? She was actually Willow's protector. Because most of the time, not most, a lot of the time, when Nina was bullying and persecuting Willow, Carly would step in and protect Willow. How is that selfish? Let's see. She's teaching her kids to be selfish and spoiled. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know. Jocelyn is selfish Jocelyn. Michael is Michael. Michael was brought up precocious and spoiled. Michael, look, are we forgetting Michael took Avery away from Sonny? He always does that. Carly's never told him to do any of that. Ever. Michael does that on his own. you know, Michael. Michael's something else. When Michael filled in for Sonny as mob boss, to me, he was the best mob boss. Michael is vicious. He always has been. She doesn't deserve to die. Wait, Willow. Oh, he was saying, I hope Willow won't die. She is very pretty girl. She's sweet. She doesn't deserve to die. I hope Jason comes back to help Sonny and protect Sonny and stick up for Sonny. You mean against pikemen? Because I don't know what Sonny needs a lot of protecting from. Sabrina says, OMG, I can't wait until Nina gets hers. Drew is her boss. And I think Carly too. Nope, Carly has nothing to do with it. I hope they fire her and replace her at Crimson. So I think when it comes to illnesses, the writers should keep to the truth as much as possible. With that being said, isn't Wiley a possible donor for Willow since Willow's aunt, since she's his aunt? Just a thought. I also don't think the big boom at the wedding will be Carly and Drew. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to let that wedding happen, right? Because it's tonight. And Martin turning somebody in. The FCC does not work that fast, right? They have to investigate to see if any of the facts are true. It would be a call to Nina's attorney, and an arrest would be, no, wait. It would be a call to Nina's attorney and the rest in the same day. Nah, but we know it's soaps. So yeah, they could write it that way. Sandy says, if Nina reports to Michael, why hasn't he fired her? I don't know how, really, since Nina took over the hotel, Crimson is like an afterthought. So, and look, since Willow has been sick, when was the last time Michael's gone to work? So I don't think he's even thinking about that, about Crimson. He's barely thinking about the part of Aurora he's supposed to keep going. And then Sandy says, Nasty Nina is the lowest green slimy snake in the grass. Needy Nina would rather turn Carly in than rather fix her relationship with Willow. No, because she's too busy saying, I know how I treated her. I own my mistakes. But Carly, really, you own your mistakes. Do you really? And if you turn around and ask her, what mistakes are those, Nina? What mistakes did you make with Willow? I don't know that she truly thinks the bullying that she did was mistakes. I honestly don't think she does, right? And then it says, needy Nina would rather, okay, then fix Willow. Let's hope Sonny can finally see the true Nina and leave her ASAP. Loving Tracy. I'm loving Tracy too. I've always liked her. NK Rose says, I hope Tracy's connections help Willow so Willow won't owe Nina anything. And NK Rose also says, I hope the wedding goes smoothly before Carly gets arrested. I kind of think it is. I really do. But who knows? This is General Hospital. We don't know what they're going to do, right? So let's see what happens on Cliffhanger Friday. Will there be a Cliffhanger Friday? We shall see. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital. Now, where's my mouse? There it is. Sorry, everybody. Find my mouse on the screen.